What's up, Niners faithful? Welcome back to the channel where we talk everything 49ers football. Now, before we dive into today's exciting topic, go ahead and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get into it. There's some serious trade buzz in the NFL right now, and this one could directly impact our 49ers. Reports just dropped that Reic, the guy who's been terrorizing quarterbacks for the past few seasons, might be available for a trade. If you're a fan of elite pass rushers, this is a name you're going to want to keep an eye on. According to Diana Russini from The Athletic, the New York Jets have given Reic a short window to explore trade options after a pretty wild offseason standoff. Reic never showed up to the Jets, is looking for a long-term deal, and so far has already lost around $5 million in salary just for staying away. The crazy part? His old agency, CAA Sports, actually dropped him due to this contract dispute. He's now signed on with the well-known agent Drew Rosenhaus, and that's where things get really interesting for us, the San Francisco 49ers. If you're thinking, what's the connection here? Let me break it down. Drew Rosenhaus already has a pretty cozy relationship with the 49ers. In fact, he's the same guy who worked on the $84 million deal for defensive tackle Javon Hargrave just last year. Not only that, but he also secured an extension for our own wide receiver Jauan Jennings. So, Rosenhaus already knows how to negotiate with the 49ers front office, and that could make a potential trade for Reic much easier to pull off. Now, you might be wondering, do the 49ers really need another edge rusher? The short answer is yes. Nick Bosa is obviously the heart and soul of our pass rush, but he can't do it all alone. This season, we've seen moments where the pass rush hasn't quite been as dominant as we'd like, especially when Bosa is double-teamed or the interior rush isn't getting home. Adding someone like Reic, who's put up double-digit sack seasons 4 years in a row, would give Bosa some much-needed help. Think about it. A Reic-Bosa combo on the edge would be absolutely lethal. Offensive lines would have to pick their poison, double Bosa and let Reic wreak havoc, or vice versa. Not to mention, adding Reic would allow us to rotate our defensive linemen more effectively, keeping everyone fresh for those crucial fourth quarters. We've seen it time and time again, championship teams have elite pass rushers. Adding Reic could be the final piece to the puzzle that gets us back to the Super Bowl. And let's not forget, this is a win-now team. With our Super Bowl window wide open, you have to imagine that the front office is at least considering making a move like this. Now, of course, no move is ever that simple, right? The big question is, can the 49ers afford him? We're already dealing with some big contracts, Nick Bosa, Trent Williams, and Brandon Ayuk being the most recent examples, and the front office has to start thinking about how they're going to extend Brock pretty soon. Adding another big contract into the mix, especially for a 30-year-old edge rusher who's looking for a long-term deal, could complicate things. But here's where things get interesting again. The 49ers have proven over the years that they know how to structure deals in a way that benefits both the player and the team's cap space. Just look at how they handled the Bosa deal, big money, but spread out in a way that doesn't hurt us in the short term. With Rosenhaus in the picture, there's a very real chance they could work out a contract that makes sense for everyone. Plus, this isn't the first time the 49ers have gone all in at the trade deadline. Remember when they went out and snagged Christian McCaffrey last season? That move paid off in a big way, and it's proof that this front office isn't afraid to pull the trigger when they believe a player can help get them to the promised land. Let's not forget why Reic is in such high demand. This guy has been a sack machine. In his last 4 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals, Carolina Panthers, and Philadelphia Eagles, he's consistently racked up double-digit sacks, including a whopping 16 last season. He's the kind of player who can single-handedly change a game by forcing a fumble or getting a huge third-down stop. For a defense that thrives on creating pressure and forcing turnovers, Reic would be a perfect fit. Also, his versatility is something that shouldn't be overlooked. He can play standing up as an outside linebacker or put his hand in the dirt as a defensive end. The 49ers love to mix up their defensive looks, and having a player like Reic gives them even more options. Imagine the kind of creative blitz packages DeMeco Ryans could draw up with both Bosa and Reic coming off the edge. Offensive coordinators would be losing sleep trying to figure out how to block that. At the end of the day, this is about one thing: winning a Super Bowl. The 49ers have been close for the past few seasons, but haven't been able to seal the deal. Adding Reic could be the move that finally pushes them over the top. Yes, it would come with some financial risk, but that's the price you pay when you're trying to win now. And let's not forget, the NFC is wide open this year. The 49ers are still one of the most talented teams in the conference, but adding a player of Reic's caliber would make them even scarier. Teams like the Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys are also loading up for playoff runs, and the 49ers can't afford to sit on the sidelines while other contenders make big moves. So, 49ers faithful, what do you think? Should the team go all in and try to make a deal for Reic, or is the price just too high right now? Would you be willing to risk some cap flexibility to bring in an elite pass rusher, or should the team focus on internal development and saving that money for Purdy and others? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And again, if you haven't already, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got a big game coming up this week, and you're not going to want to miss our breakdown of the action. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Niners!